some rares.
That's freaking terrible.
But we'll work hard to solve the format.
7 wins.
And I'm sure we'll make it there.
All right, what is up, my friends? Welcome to Bronze the Mythic. Straight after our account from Bronze the Mythic. Avatar, the Last Airbender edition.
Check out this airbending thing.
Airbend, Earthbend. I can airbend. Whoosh. Right, Karn? Are you bending? And we are drafting this set. 2 drafts in. Set looks awesome. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Missed last draft. Our deck was really, really awesome. Some stuff happened, but look really, really cool. Having a great time so far. Our opponents are having really cool decks also. So great start here to our Avatar, the Last Airbender season. Someone in chat says, having more fun on day 1 of Avatar than the entirety of Spider-Man combined. One more dig at Spider-Man and then we're all done. Let's rock and roll. Avatar draft. Let's do this. Draft time, Karn. And what do we got? We got, oh my God.
Oh, it's Mythic Healing!
That's a banger.
Oh my God!
United Front. I call this card my sleeper card for white in my set review because it is ridiculous. White, X sorcery. Make X 1/1 allies and put a counter on each creature you control. I mean,
More friends, more allies.
even just white X make X 2/2s would be a ridiculous card. And this is that with so much more because it makes allies and buffs the rest of your team too. Absolute banger. Absolute banger. We see your sand bending scavengers had this card. We had scavengers and Tolls of War last night. Our deck yesterday was our second draft. Episode 2 was 3 Tolls of War. Our deck looked awesome, but I don't know, whatever. But
I'm a top-notch waterbender.
Katara, Scavengers. Yeah, I mean, it's not even close here. We're taking United Front. It's just actually not even remotely a discussion. But we are passing some pretty good white cards, white and black cards too, but that's okay. Gonna take United Front. Probably gonna try and be allies if possible. But realistically, this card would be good in literally any white deck. So we get past back number 2. And we see a much less exciting sample of cards.
Yeehaw.
Airbending Lesson is great. I think this is like a repulse, basically, which is really nice. And then we have really not much. A couple of fine commons here. Like Azula Always Lies is pretty good. Realistically, this back's pretty bad.
Still a piece of garbage.
Air Nomad Legacy is an interesting card. Obviously, it wants to have flyers, kind of linear in that regard. Does pay you back with a clue, which is nice. But we're taking the white card. I think this card's pretty great. Airbending Lesson, just kind of like a repulse in white. They can also save your own stuff, which is cool. It's a little worse against your opponent's creatures, a little better against your creatures than repulse would be. But just take the white card to go with our United Front. I'm ready to rock and roll. The overlay you see here is untap.gg. Download it for yourself for free, untap.gg. Just really good stuff. Pack 3, we see Earthen Ally. And this is like just a fine little ally 1-drop. Into Wooburg, parts kind of whatever. But just having a 2/2 for 1 is totally fine. And then, maybe you could splash some stuff. Probably not. But which is also an Avatar Enthusiast. So I think it's like a fine card. Not a card I necessarily want to take super early, though. I think this is a card you get late. This is the kind of like card that no other draft deck wants but your white ally deck. So like you can just not take it that early. It's also a sold out here. Which is probably the best card in the pack. But I think that we would like to be... Black is the one, like, non-ally color. So, we also passed a bunch of good black-white cards. All right. I'll take the Enthusiast, though. I'll just take the white card. I'm not, like, thrilled with that. But, yeah, we want to be green-white in theory. Here's Allies at Last. Perfect.
I choose my allies.
Man, this also... Jeez, what is going on here? How do you pass this card 4th pick? Like, what is going on? The Unagi of Kyoshi Island. Just a 5/5 flash with huge ward and occasionally drawing cards. This card's ridiculous. All right, let's take this card, I guess. I mean, like, it's funny because I was really excited to take Allies at Last, which is just a great removal spell for your ally deck. But, like, this is just an absolute bomb rare. I just cannot believe it's your 4th pick.
Inconceivable!
I just don't understand. But we're going to take it. Blue-white seems totally cool. So... we'll take the Unagi of Koshi. We see another copy of Air Nomad Legacy, which is, again, a pretty cool card. Blue-white is Flyers. Blue-black is Draw Second card. Never resub, thanks so much. Yeah, I mean, this back's kind of mopey, honestly. And Air Nomad Legacy is... I think his card's pretty good. Yeah, sure. Not any flyers yet, but the fact that this gives you a clue is a huge upside to usual effects like this. So Snowballers is okay, but not a card I want to take this early. So let's take the Legacy and see how it turns out for us. We get past a Giant Koi, which I think is a fine card to play, but a little expensive. Big thing about cards like this is they have huge diminishing returns. You really don't want the second copy of this card ever, and it's a card that not everyone wants, so you can just get it later in a draft. We see Water Tribe Captain, which is pretty good. Just an ally, pump stuff. No, weird that Water Tribe Captain has a big activated ability and no water bending. Kind of weird, but yeah, it's really totally solid card there. First time flyer is, I mean, good if we have lessons. I don't think we have many lessons in our blue-white deck. There's also a Pretending Poxbearers. This card just seems freaking great. Just 2/1 ally for 2 that dies into an ally. Just ally synergies everywhere. This is a flyer for the Air Nomad Legacy. I guess we're gonna have some flyers, some lessons almost assuredly too. We have 1 lesson so far. Yeah, sure. Let's take first time flyer. Just get into it.
We stand together as allies.
And pick 8, we see he Gather the White Lotus. I mean, really fun. I love having these cards in a set. Just like these sort of kind of off theme cards that are like aspirational build arounds, right? So Gather the White Lotus is the version for white. Pays you off for all the planes you control. There's 1 for each color. We're gonna take the Gather. We're probably not going to want to be mono white with a couple good white or a couple good blue cards already, and we see Katara tables. What is happening? Tolls of War tables, airbending lesson tables. Like, this pack is ridiculous. What's going on here?
Waka waka.
Like, I would happily take airbending lesson. I think Katara is just better. Yeah, sure, but wow. Okay, blue-white it is. Here's Otter Penguin 2/1. Draw your second card. That's not a very good card. It's not even an ally. Flexible Waterbender is really bad too, though. So we'll take Otter Penguin. But yeah, that's a wacky table there. All right, so Beamy Bash, Rumble Arena. I'm gonna take the land for possible splash. Regardless, looking pretty good here. I think we take land for a possible splash rather than a Giant Koi. We'll get a Giant Koi later at some point. And Platypus Bear. Okay, so pretty weird pack 1. Some pretty insane tables. Pack 2, we see an Iroh Grand Lotus. This card is actually ridiculous.
Okay, lesson learned.
5/5 gives all your things flashback. Just kind of card where you untap with this card, you'll win the game most of the time. But it's not really where we're at right now. Boomerang Basics is kind of cool. A little extra value, bounce your own stuff, and then just if you have to bounce one of their things, put a less in the graveyard, it's fine. Another Tolls of War. Razor Rings is obviously fine, if unexciting. We should take the Boomerang Basics. Razor Rings is fine. I think I like the lesson. What do we have that care about lessons? First time flyer, right? Yeah, so I think first time flyer is really good when you have a lesson. So a card you probably will get late too. So pack 2, we see a Jasmine Dragon Tea Shop, which is just really good. Just like a land that can make a token every turn. It's like pretty nice and limited, honestly. We got another Avatar Enthusiast. We have a Hebai, Spirit of Balance. Whenever it enters or attacks, sacrifice an artifact. Yes, more like a black-white card. Lost Days is pretty meh. Quenchia, whatever. Kingdom Soldier, not being an ally sucks. But, yeah, let's take the land here. I think the land's pretty awesome. Getting value off lands in Limited is really cool because it allows you just to play more of the cards you draft. You know, you usually are limited to playing 23 or 24 of the cards you draft, but you have some good lands. You can play more of them, which is great. So, good stuff. Nice card. I like it. Remember, folks, first, remember that follow button. Watching YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, support the content as always. All right. Next pack, we see a Yong's Deserters. Just a good little ally 2-drop. Crashing Waves, Snowballers. Yeah, just easy 2-drop here, I think. We're pretty light on 2s, too. Also a Sun Warriors. This card's pretty wild.
Then Everything
But
changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
yeah, sure. Pretty easy 2-drop. Light on 2s for sure. Whoa! These blue cards. All right, you've got Spirit Water Revival, which is a divination you can waterbend and draw 7 with. We've got a Serpent of the Past, which is a huge creature that costs less for your non-creatures. That's not really good in our deck. Watery Grasp is also just kind of okay. And then Lost Days again. Yeah, I mean, we'll try out just like the rare here. Little divination, possibly draw 7. Note that the draw 7 is not both players draw 7, so it's just you. Which is kind of a cool card. Yeah, these are more like a Prowsy spell card, so we'll take the Revival. White seems a little light. Never mind, just kidding. Forget everything I said.
Hey, you're a real airbender.
2 great white cards here. Aang is just awesome. Just really, really good. Just 3/2. Bounce one of their things or blink one of your things. Occasionally we'll get lifelink too. So yeah, that's great. Would have been happy taking Path here, but yeah, Aang is phenomenal. Also a flyer for our Air Nomad Legacy. We're a little light on dudes. We have 7 creatures so far, and not many have flying. We have Enter the Avatar State, which is like an okay trick. I think the Airbending Lesson is much better, so I'm just gonna take the Airbending Lesson. I think this card's awesome. Real big fan of Airbending Lessons. So now we're at 4 lessons, so I think that our first time flyer is looking pretty good. Here's a Glider Staff, the metaphor and equipment, airbend something, and then it sits around and gives things +1/+1 in flying. Kind of cool, kind of just like a weird mana war effect. Another airbending lesson, and then just a bad creature. Try a staff, do the whole thing.
Airbending is all about spiral movements.
You can airbend. Master Paku, 2 mana for a 1/3 prowess ally. Whenever becomes tapped, mill, target player mills X cards, X number of lesson cards. This is a fun little plan B. You just deck our opponent with our waterbending stuff. It's an ally and a 2-drop. The rest of the cards we're not playing, obviously, so sure. Feel like this pack hasn't been great for us. We do have some nice top end though. Yeah, like just a 1/3 prowess is like, you know, a super 1/3 prowess ally, super serviceable stat line. We see the Razor Rings Tables, which is cool. Also Cabbage Merchant, Cadets, Azula, not a bad pack. Yeah, Razor Rings. We actually have a lot of spells too, so. Here's attacks, attacks, Razor Artifact, but 2 counters in this. Yeah, I mean, Earth Kingdom Shoulder's fine. I wish Scar was an ally, but sure. Raz, resub, thanks so much. Crashing Wave is... I don't think we need this card. I'd rather just take the Peak as a possible splash thing. We just don't need a tap thing to win the game. We have tons of big cards that win the game, so we're not looking for an effect like that. Lost Days is kind of whatever. All right, so I would like some help from Pack 3 here, personally. Pack 3 gives us a Water Tribe Rallier.
These are real waterbending forms.
Yeah, I mean, good card. 2-drop. Little value. Kind of nice. Also a Bounty Hunters, Swamp Keeper, Demonstration. Pretty good pack. But yeah, Rallier's good. I think Rallier's totally fine. Take our 2-drop. Non-unique new sub. Welcome. Bronze to Mythic, folks. Draft our account from Bronze to Mythic. All right, we see Reinforcements is very good. We don't have like a ton of ally synergy yet, but it's also like Kyoshi Warriors, another Legacy. The Airship. Wish we had that one last draft. This card's a banger. The old Dead Zeppelin. 6/2 drop, Reinforcements. And Appa, Loyal Sky Bison. 4/4. It's actually like not that good. Honestly, just kind of a big dumb 4/4 for 6, which is not exciting. Another airbending lesson. We've got a Waterbender Ascension. Whenever creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a quest counter on this. Then if it has 4 more quest counters on it, draw a card. And then Waterbend Unblockable. That doesn't seem that good to me. Third airbending lesson. We are definitely light on creatures. Yeah, I'll take the Appa. I think we just need dudes, honestly. So take the APA. We get past a octopus form, a tiger seal, a water bending lesson.
I see you've learned a new trick.
I feel like white has not been pushing through. We don't really need ways to win the game. We have like a lot of like really big stuff. I don't think so. Like I don't think that rare, and that rare is kind of a do nothing card until it actually does some big stuff. So those reinforcements, water bending. Might just be octopus form, just cheap trick. Keep our creatures alive. We're not splashing. Oh my god! Come on, man. What are we doing? We don't have that many allies anyway. We have 10. It's also an enthusiast, a compassionate healer, a forecasting fortune teller. It's a pretty cool card. It's kind of like a really good glue card, kind of a sneaky good common, where it's just good with everything. It's an ally, it's card advantage, it makes an artifact, it taps stuff for water bending. Yeah, I'm in. Just make a clue.
A clue is a clue, no matter
And
how small.
are there pot bearers? Pot bearers is... Oh, this is actually our first pot bearers. Pox bearers. Yeah, this is fine. I like the pox bearers a lot. Our snowballers is kind of mediocre. It's just okay. But yeah, the pox bearers is fantastic. So another 2-drop. And a late Sun Warriors, but also a forecasting fortune. So I think if this storyteller wasn't here, I might consider taking Sun Warriors and playing it because this card's pretty ridiculous. And we already have the peak, a room, and a tea shop to splash it. But fortune teller is just an absolute heater. So pretty easy fortune teller, I think.
We stand together as allies.
The rare tables, just nothing like a Jund pack when you're Azorius, but we'll just cack the rare. Oh, there's 2 of them? Yeah, that is kind of ridiculous. Okay. Again, we're not playing any of these cards, so just cack another rare. Earth Kingdom Soldier or Messenger Hawk. I already have an Earth Kingdom Soldier. Yeah, I don't think we're playing any of these cards. And, yeah, okay, sure. So, okay. I mean, I'm pretty pleased with our deck, I think. I think our deck is solid if unexciting. We're not going to play Gather the White Lotus. Might play late Waterbending Lesson. I don't know if we want this card. We have plenty of card draw. I don't want to add a creature. Might just be Earth Kingdom Soldier. This card's like fine. You could do worse than this card for sure. Lake Compassionate Healer. That's nice. Lots of 2-drops. Alright. So I think our deck is fine. Like, I don't feel like we end up with like a ton of flyers for this. What's our flying count? There's no easy way to look for flyers, right? I don't think so. So I'm just going to look. Alright, so flying. Maybe like we have 1 flyer. I mean, that makes thing flying. 2 flyers. 3 flyers.
Still a piece of garbage.
Sorry, Air Nomad Legacy. And this is 42. We gotta cut a card. Sucks Gather's pretty good, but 16 creatures. We have 14 allies. Just look real fast. Lot of 2s. Healer, reinforcements, deserters. A lot of shitters to tap for waterbending, which is kind of cool. Katara, some pumpy stuff. So waterbending lesson, we already have some big stuff. Waterbending lesson's not. We have like a lot of cheap stuff. Earth Kingdom Soldier is probably just not necessary. I could buy that. Yeah, I'm pretty cool with this. And then I don't think I like Lost Days. Seems like really expensive. I could be wrong, but I don't know. It seems very clunky to me. All right, cool. Yeah, this deck's pretty cool. So let's pop. We got some lands over here. We are looking at pretty close to even split. We have, we're going to play the Dragon Tea Shop. No blue-white lands, unfortunately, but... And we have more white than blue, but almost all of our white cards are allies. And our blue cards are spells, so we're going to do it like that. All right, cool. Let's do it. So we got blue-white, folks. Draft number 3 of Bronze Mythic. You know what time it is. It is prediction time. Time to place your bets. What do you think? 7 wins, yay or nay? We're currently in Silver 4, Episode 3. Bronze Mythic. Let's do this. All right, let's rock and roll. Chat, coming out at me. Host2S says, first time chatter. Hey, I watched all your YouTube videos. First time here. Aww. Hi there. Hello.
Yeah.
All right, so 2-drop. Stands pretty good. Keep this. Ride or die. All right, so airbending lesson. Yeah, sure. So, all right. Rally is a card we want to play later, honestly. Compassionate healer, sure. So, let's tell some fortunes, I guess, right?
A devilish clue.
Karn's getting a clue over here. So they get to healer, in their life, draw a card, whatever. The old storyteller fortune. I'm sure that the fortune teller can tell lots of stories, all right? They attack, we block. And we snap block. We didn't come here to not block, you know? We got Aang. We get a little lifelink. Got some lessons.
Thanks for the lesson.
And then we got whatever's next. We're even split here between believers and non-believers. Fortunes or stories. Just stories that haven't happened yet, right? Come on, Juan. It's turn 2. Turn 3, I mean. Let's go here. They're going to finish off the 1-3. So, kind of a sketchy play. Pretty poor use of our rule spell on a 1-3. So they either have a lot of removal in their hand, or they want to push through some other 2/2s or whatever else. But we're going to play a land. We're going to play another storyteller and just say go. Sorry about that, whammy, right? Just burned a premium removal spell on my freaking 1-3. Block it again. They gain life again. All right, and we block. Just forecasting some fortunes, some sick value. We draw Unagi of Kyoshi Island, and they say go with 3 mana up. A little sketchy. So we've got the Aang. We could just Aang our own fortune teller for some sick value. Or we can Aang of our 2-drop is like kind of whatever. It is decent tempo, so I have to recast it. So that they have a 4-drop, it's pretty awkward. Maybe just Aang their creature, probably. We already got 2 clues in play. We're pretty good on value here. If they kill the Aang, whatever, it's totally fine. Given that we have 2 clues already and a good rare in our hand and a lot of card draw, we're looking to make trades. You know, we are looking to extend the game, make the game go longer. This is totally fine. Good exchange for them, of course. 1 mana spell for a 4 mana spell, but let's look at the value, bouncing their thing. Still making time for all of our big stuff. Unagi is pretty wild. That's also pretty wild. Alright, well, this card is actually busted. Wartime Protesters, 4/4 haste for 4, which already would be insane. But it also gives all your allies haste encounters, which is ridiculous. We can airbending lesson it in response to whatever they play. The Unagi could come down and try and block. It's also not crazy if they just, like, 'cause they just jam ally. They're still getting a lot of value off of it, though. I may just play a guy and say go. Play this guy. Attack for 1. Just say go. Playing on airbending the Wartime Protesters. Cave of Two Lovers. Make 2 allies, search for a cave, earthbend. So, an absolute banger here.
Yeah.
We airbend this. Get out of here.
Move just like an airbender.
I am the airbender. 2 allies with no tokens. Draw octopus form. And now Kyoshi Island looks really, really good because we can block the protesters when it comes back down. We could also just... This is 5, so you can play this and tap all 5 and draw. Sure, just so you go. Pretty sketchy, sketchy pass here. A little. This is the kind of spot where any good limited player, their alarm bell should be screaming in their head of what is happening here. 5 mana up, 4 cards in hand. I do have the activated ability here. It's always important to note, like, A, you should be noticing when your opponent does weird stuff, and then also think about how they're trying to piece it together, right? And in theory, you know, we have a thing to do with our mana, so it could be nothing, you know? The protesters are going to stay home. Coward! They go bottom. All right, well, here comes the serpent. Ambush serpent viper. And then we're going to activate the waterbend. Oops, wrong button.
It's not magic, it's waterbending.
It's pretty good. Take our enthusiasts. And not too shabby. Draw another land. We got cards for days. We got Razor Rings. There's a pop in a Leroy here, I think. We have good tricks in our hand, too, so. What's up, Todd? Me and Corey are best announcers. Will I both be in the booth for play-by-play? Well, one of us will be. It's one play-by-play and one color. For the modern events, I do play-by-play, and Corey does the color commentary. Coming in. Tricks for days. Feeling good here.
Get off my plane.
Get out of town. In for 7. Gonna play our enthusiasts. We're gonna have our octopus form up. We're feeling pretty good about things here. They get to Earthbend 3. Sure. $16-14. If they ever draw a second card, we get to draw 2 cards. This card's like pretty damn nice. Kyoshi Battle Fan, sure. Krusty, I agree. I actually have a graphic for that one. I just haven't set it all up yet. I have a large folder of possible soundboard options. All right, so we're gonna untap. We draw the Glider Staff. This airbends. Airbending is busted. It's so good against earthbending. Like, we just freaking earthbend their, or airbend their mountain. It's gone. All right. Well, sure.
That one's an airbender.
Get out of here, mountain. And
That's rough, buddy.
yeah, this is 2 to equip. So we still have octopus form up also. Jeez. Let's get flying to the probably just the rallier. Just jam. Send another Leroy in here. We have the octopus form to defend as well, so blocking. One short of being able to waterbend, unfortunately. We have the 3 artifacts on tap. We'll have this on tap also, so 1 short on the rallier, but gotta go for octopus form. We don't like need to do this, I suppose. We could just trade and keep the octopus form for a safety net for other creatures. That might have been better. I mean, like, sure, stay have Razor Rings. Okay, that's fine. So maybe this was we could have just traded there. It wasn't really necessary to save our stupid 2/2 isn't doing anything and lose our big idiot. So I think that was a mistake.
Oh, whoops. Whoopsie.
They play Sun Warriors, which is actually a freaking banger. 10-16. We draw Spirit Water Revival. So if I waterbend 6, which is pretty easy to do actually, I just draw 7 cards. Okay. Sure. 16? What? That's not what it's supposed to be. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty cool. That was not difficult either to draw 7 cards there. We play our Master. Get a counter. Stack for 3 in the air and just say go. They get to attack and Firebend and make a guy maybe, but that's like fine. And we should have 10,000 cards in our hand. Treetop Freedom Fighters. Make a guy, that's pretty good. So now the fire. I think this card's insane. Sun Warriors is ridiculous.
We can't fight firebenders with fun.
Alright. So they're coming in for a bunch. They use the mana to make a token immediately before block. So the firebending mana floats through combat. You can just hold it for possible tricks and stuff, but Tendy Brew's article, it should be up. I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I sent it in. I don't know. I got in a little late, but all right, we're just making blocks here, so we're super happy to just block some stuff, make some trades. We clearly have a bajillion cards in our hand, so Appa gets to the sky next turn.
Yip yip.
Airbend stuff, airbend more stuff. Cunning maneuver, sure. So the kind of spot where they use a trick and we just don't really care that much, and they also just die. So Appa's an ally.
Yip yip.
Tapped out. The Sky Bison. All right, great start, honestly. That's some good stuff. So, yeah, 1-0. Deck looks pretty nice, actually. Good stuff. I want to remind you all that we are brought to you by Elgato. Folks, they got some sick Black Friday sales coming up. Almost all the great stuff's on big sale, like 30% off, in that range. Not exactly, but in that range. Great stuff. Runs all my content. Literally anything you do on a computer. You should have a Stream Deck, face cam. I got the Wave XLR, my microphone arm, my key lights, my capture card. I got all of it. Used it for many years before they sponsored me, and now I'm super proud to be an Elgato partner. Use the link in the chat or description if you do sponsor me once again, and use the link. Promo code is ZZ-Gym5, 5% off your order. Check them out. Elgato, the best in the business. All right, on the draw, 2-drop, 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 5-drop. Keep. Chat wants to know the over-under for this set. So this set is 23.5 is the over-under. 23.5. We've hit the under in the last 3 formats. So we're after a rough run there with Duskmourn and Foundations, we are currently cruising. All right. Octopus form, Sega. Aang's Journey. Weird card, right? 2 mana, get a land, gain 2 is not particularly great, but all right. So we're gonna fire up at the Pox Bearers to start. First time flyer won't have the buff yet, and the Ralliers is better later. So I haven't got my new cables yet, man. All right, so Enthusiast. We draw United Front, but no land. Sure. All right. I mean, I guess we'll play. Let's play the Rallier. Like, I don't really need this for later, I suppose. Mullet Hunter, are you serious? Water Tribe. All right, so need some lands. All right, now they're rocking the Enthusiast. So this thing gets to be a 4/4 or a 5/5. It's pretty bad for us. Oh wow, thanks, Mullet Hunter. You're great. That's really cool. Reveals their hand, choose a non-land permanent card. Oh no, my United Front. I can't cast it anyway for a long time. It's kind of whatever. And I also have the Nagi. Them knowing what this is pretty bad too. I think this card's like kind of sketch, but looking pretty good here. They take first time fly. Wait, I'm sorry. Sorry, non-land permanent card, not non-permanent card. Right, sorry. It's weird templating. So they take a non-land permanent card. That's fine. Take our 2-drop. Attack for 4. Now I know all of my tricks as well, which kind of stinks, but yeah, let's see. We have Razor Rings. I think we just say go here. And then if we have Razor Rings and Octopus form for them to play into. If they don't do them, we can just draw a card of this. Mullet Hunter, MVP. 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 Yeah, weird, weird permanent duress. Airbending lesson targeting their own invasion reinforcements. Okay, so they're just gonna go for a little extra value here. It's pretty good. Definitely not bad. The thing is, like, they make this thing huge, we just freaking airbend it, right? So, like, whatever.
You moved just like an airbender.
Alright, replay the reinforcements at sorcery speed, sure. I mean, I would also just be happy trading Pox Bearers and Razor Rings for 6/6, so, like, this is kind of a weird play. That's fine. End step, we'll just do this. Waterbend. We see reinforcements and Fortune Teller. Sure. Draw land. Cool. So, pretty sure we just freaking airbend the Avatar guy we just spent so much work doing. We're also building up to United Front, too. Just put bodies in play, you know? So, airbend.
Hey, you're a real airbender.
Just say go. We're not really at a huge rush here. We've got Rule Spell, Big Idiot, good card, Big Bomb. Card's really, really good. And yes. Replay the Enthusiasts. Replay another Invasion.
King ally.
Man.
Powerful ally.
And they have Path to Redemption. All right. I mean, they're kind of doing the thing, but I'm not sure whether they can beat the United Front. So we just play a land and say go. I'm just going to play this Unagi. Like, they're out of cards. They have one card left. Just say go. And start building up towards our front. They're going to play Glider Kids. Dang kids. Scry 1, we're at 16. Feeling reasonably good here. If they fire with the 5/5, we just block with the Pox Bearers and Razor Rings too, right? Like, and then just draw a card off the Rallier, which is pretty sweet. So, what a dance! What a dance! Tackin' donut, tackin', tackin' donut, tackin', tackin' donut, tack. If they have United Front, we're probably gonna lose. But all right, sorry, we just block here. Let's block this. Then we are going to 1, 2.
These are real waterbending forms.
I mean, Avatar this is insane with United Front, which is really cool. And then I guess we'll full control end of combat. So this is a nice little trick you might not know about. So spells like this deal their damage in combat only, right? Attacking or blocking creature. Especially with Razor Rings, there's a phase called the end of combat step, where damage has already been dealt, but we're still in combat officially. I guess you also just respond to this, I guess, but sure, whatever. But end of combat step, and you cast Razor Rings. This will get you excess damage you want to. So this guarantees that they don't kill our creature, makes sure it doesn't die, and then also gets a little extra life because the damage is dealt. So gain a life. Didn't need full control because we had the trigger, but if you didn't have a trigger, then yeah. So, and then we will tap and draw Water Bending Lesson. Sure. I mean, if you want to keep making land drops, this is fine. We'll do this, and then Gang's lifelink. We can pay 2 or discard a card. Sure. Keep it all. Alright, let's play a land. Play our Fortune Teller. And just say go. A pretty happy 17 life. We got Appa. They got more Glider Kids. So just like a very modest deck from our opponent. They've played basically just all commons. And they're just going to send in an attack. Alright. I don't remember if there's a Trumpet Blast in this set in white, but we're going to find out. Nope, just a super aggressive attack. Sure. We draw Master Paku. So we cast United Front for... I want to cast this guy first. 3, 4... I guess it's like kind of hard to... Airbend another target. Oh, we can airbend our own Aang. Appa to the rescue.
Yep.
Sure, that's great,
Move
actually.
like an airbender.
Just airbend our own Aang. Partly why this enchantment-based removal is kind of tough in this set. And then we just say go. Just defending here with our octopus up. We have the loop has been called. What is the loop? Cat Gator for 2? Alright, and they know we have octopus form, sure.
No, you can't. Don't even
With Aang and Appa. Oh, just keep going back and forth. That seems like it's kind of low value, but sure. Okay, so waterbend. Draw land. I mean, I want to cast United Front at some point, but I feel like we just keep doing other stuff. This costs 2, 2. Just like.
So, I guess you never fought an airbender before.
Alright, and this gives another creature flying. Or I can airbend something again? Huh. I don't really want to airbend anything, so I can give... This is fine, whatever, shut that back. Yeah, whatever. So... I can airbend their token. No, it's only my stuff. Yeah, only non-permanent you control. So, we airbend the... Like, I just want to have things in play to cast the front next turn, so I don't really want to do any other airbending. We're just going to cast United Front and win the game. So, alright, the Glider Kids is back. And it looks like our card qualities are beat out on their commons and on their commons that they got here. This end-step waterbend stuff is really good. Alright, so waterbend. That was airbend, sorry. Waterbend, I said. Oh, mill. Sure, you mill X. Okay, sure, whatever, they're done. Yeah, I mean, our deck seems pretty sweet, honestly. 2-0. The Bends. Alright. Lessons.
Thanks for the lesson.
Pretty good hand here, honestly. Call me Avatar Jim. Alright, so forecast some fortunes. Big clues, there you go.
That's a clue.
Get some Grixis stuff going on here. Boxbearers, sure. I mean, our hand is pretty good against removal. 2 creatures I really don't want to kill. We could just draw 3 next turn with the lesson, too. This card's kind of nice. What's up, Darth? I primarily play Riftbound in my LGS. I've attended 2 Nexus Nights and a Win-A-Case tournament, which is at a store about an hour from my house. Abandoned Attachments. Discarding a land, sure. Get your lesson on. We're going to get our lesson on, so. Yong the Deserter. You're meant for a 2/3. Firebending 1, exhaust this, put a counter on this, and cast your next spell. You can copy it. Jeez. I mean, like, we can attack and Razor Rings. We can, like, drawing the cards is kind of nice, but play the Deserters. They probably won't block any attack here. Like, this is a good spot to bluff attack, honestly. They probably never block this card in a million years. Could play this, add a counter to attack. They don't block, so we can't rings. I just attack. Alright, so that's fine. Let me just, like, let them do it. They have to exhaust, too. Yeah, I'm just gonna freaking... Oh, I didn't. I should let back the thing to waterbend.
These are real waterbending.
I'm not a good waterbender. Maybe I just play the deserters and say go. All right, yeah, we just have Clue or Razor Rings. This is a bit of a sloppy turn, but it's okay. Okay, 4 cards. 4 lands, 6 cards in end. The Deserter. Exhaust this, put a counter on next cast. It's this turn. They also have Wartime Pro. This card's busted. Luckily, it would be the perfect answer here. So this is the kind of spot where, like, this is getting lucky. They don't attack. So they read me for the Razor Rings, so I attacked another thing. Wow, that's some pretty advanced play for silver. So they're figuring that I have Razor Rings because I attacked into their 2/3. It's pretty good silver play here, I'm not gonna lie. We have Airbending Lesson and Razor Rings. Now the thing is that, like, so now it's really important in a game to kind of feel the texture, right? So we attack, they didn't block. Then they play a 4-hour haste and they don't attack. So this is them saying, I think you have Razor Rings. So now our next step is to figure out, okay, if they think we have Razor Rings, how can we use that to our advantage, you know? So we have Airbending Lesson also. I kind of want to stack, honestly. Send in the 2/3 and the 2/1. If they block both, we could just Airbender on a creature too. It's an interesting spot. Just kind of want them to attack with this. Or leave mana for this anyway. If we play the lesson where shield's down. This card's really good. I'm a big fan of this card. This might entice a double block because we've now given them 2 blocks that are nice. All right, they are only going to block with the Yang. I think we just kill this and then we'll airbend the protesters in response to whatever they play. Because they kind of know we have this, so it's never going to get... The 4/4 is never going to get involved anyway, so like this is fine. So gain a life, deal 2. Then we're planning on airbending, lessening the wartime protesters. If we were going to kill this with the Razor Rings, we would need to like tell them a story about how we don't have it somehow and convince them that they want to get into combat with it. Man, this is freaking deja vu here. All right, sure. Cave it to lovers in response, airbend your wartime protesters. If I had a nickel for every time this happened, this draft, I would have 10 cents, which is not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Here's Octopus Form. Waterbending Lesson. Yeah. Another Airbend Lesson. This card's great. What a great tempo card. We're going to jam. I guess this is bad. Maybe just like leap back the 1/3. We're probably going to guess Waterbending Lesson here. I can guess the... I can't guess that. Sure. Let's stack. Draw 3. Hello! Alright, so... Do we keep a card, or we just... Keep on. I want all my cards, please. Thank you. Just play Fortune Teller, say go. Don't get a solid hit in here, but whatever, honestly. We just cast United Front for $1 million next turn and win the game. Lovers.
I didn't say the magic word.
Wartime Protesters. The Anthropologist is an ally, so it gets a little buff. It's got haste also. What's up, Jekyll? Rafi resub. Yeah, take 4. It's your first time here, folks. That follow button, watching YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, support the content. As always, we draw a land. Land's actually just a banger. They could have the quench, though. So I think getting our United Front quench should be really bad for us. I think we can just chill, honestly. I think we have so much good stuff going on that we can kind of just like hang and do our thing. This can return instant or sorcery. They don't really have any of those. They get to Earthbend, which is fine. We've been quenched a few times already. So, should play the flyer. And then we're just gonna say go. We have a clue. We got an airbending lesson. We got lots of good stuff going on. They're gonna lightning strike the first time flyer. So we can save it. Yeah, sure. I'm in. We'll save ya. We'll save ya.
No, you can't. Don't even try.
Just try. Just a first timer, you know. Imagine being so mean to a first timer. They're out there trying to fly for the first time. You're just freaking chucking lightning at them. It's really, really rude. It's really not cool.
They have a warrant for your arrest. You're going to jail.
All right, so combat. Here comes the 3/3 and the 4/4. Interesting. So we're gonna add some blocks here. I mean, airbending the land is really good. We kind of want them to use whatever they got because we want to just play this thing and win the game later. So I use this and airbend the land. If they have a trick to kill some stuff, whatever. I don't really care, honestly. Let's see what they got. These are all very expendable creatures. We just want to resolve this. Resolve this, win the game. That's our plan. Is it non-land? Oh, it's non-land. Well, whatever, I guess. The airbending text is weird because, like, some say something, some say other things, some say creatures, some say non-land, some say only your stuff. Someone's, you know, so whatever. This is still fine. This is a great trade for us if this goes through. They're passing priority. That is awesome. So we just traded a shit common for a top-notch rare, and they play Giant Koi. Airbend that fish!
I guess you never fought an airbender before.
Airbend that fish! And then it's time to get united.
They're our allies.
Oh my god. Oh my god, let's do this. X is 6. So many allies. This has got to go to the highest. What are my cards in the set when all is said and done, right? Just a preposterous card. There are 12, and I have an Aang, the Last Airbender, in hand. Just 6 2/2 allies. NBD. Yep, we kill that. We go to 5 life points. Get another token and say go. And they play the Giant Koi again for 2 mana. No problem. Alright. Grab my clue.
A clue is a clue, no matter how small.
Yes, that was too much. The card from the clue really was the tipping point that put that game over the edge. Deck seems nice. Alright. Flyer, staff, Yanagi, great. Just great. Over and over and over again. Snap. You draw octopus form, also good. Mr. Dobbs. Play that funky music, streamer. Poxbearers off of a forest and a plains. You draw fortune teller. I gotta watch play the fortune teller, right? It just blocks the Poxbearers. This is better later regardless, so. Yeah, I think airbending is just kind of great. Super versatile. And Niatron. Alright. And the glider kids. Okay. So we probably just staff down the kids. Use all our mana. Yeah, sure. Airbend.
Hey, you're a real airbender.
Hell yeah, I am. What are you gonna do about it, huh?
Who do you think you are? I am.
What's up, Wookiee Call? First time chatter. Chewbacca! Da, na, 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 na. He's a Wookiee! Da, da, da. No, we haven't started watching Avatar yet. We're still watching Lower Decks. Nicole and I free time is not a luxury that me and Nicole have a lot of. We usually watch, that's a good card. You know, we're usually working on one show at a time. We watch maybe one episode a night. We are not binge watchers, so we are still working on, they just airbending lesson my clue?
I bet you weren't expecting that one, God.
All right. Get a clue, they say.
A clue is a clue, no matter how small.
Fine, I guess. They have a badger mole cub, sure. We haven't got a clue, apparently. All right, yeah, we're just gonna cast some stuff and say go. We have the Unagi, we got the octopus form, some flying stuff. That is something. That is an aggressive statement. Like, you don't have to cast everybody else. You can just, like, you know, hold it and play something else or whatever. Like, you don't have to do it. Yeah, they draw a card, I don't draw a card. Yeah, I mean, sure, I guess. That is what happened. The Super Void. Badger Mole Cub, one of the best cards in the set for Constructed. Definitely not as good in Limited, but... Alright, so they play a Rallier. I'll start drawing cards. So the presence of this card changes the game, where, like, now they have a long engine, so you kind of want to get things going. Replay the Glider Kids. They can just tap all their stuff to Waterbend. Scry 1, 2 cards in hand. And bigger than my flyer, unfortunately. Oh, actually, it's funny. If we attack and they block and we Octopus form, we get +2. So we draw Airbending Lesson. I really want to just, like, cast this Unagi, though. Let me just say go. Kyoshi Island. Must be quite the place. Alright, so they rally. They actually tap the forest for 2 mana. Okay, that's cool. What's up, Stevie? Appreciate it, folks. Appreciate the support. Bronze to Mythic returns. No more Spider-Man. Back to real sets. They get a Wall Top Sentries. Reach Death Touch. Kind of sucks, too, because this is not card draw for our Unagi of Kyoshi Island. Alright. Yeah. I mean, Swar Tribe Rallier is kind of tough. They're going to play a Glider Staff of their own. And they are going to airbend my first time flyer. That's the thing that happens. The question is, will they get frisky? Probably not. I imagine just the kids comes in. Yeah, sure. Alright. I mean, we just put a staff on the freaking Unagi and win the game that way. I guess this says Death Touch, so. Yeah, I mean, we got some work to do here. Just like decent blocking board plus card advantage engine is not a bad place to be. Okay, so play the Unagi. And freaking sneaky reach over here. Drop things. So we could just like lessen this thing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, man. Alright, sure. Sure, pop this. See how they react. Draw a card. Not a bad little setup. What's the red for? You know, there's one mountain just hanging out. This card's good. Yeah, good little blocker. Likely to gain some life too, so just a really good defensive creature. The Wall Top Sentries, also an ally. Alright, they bend. And wow, look at that. Wow, chat's super vindicated. Vibrating Sheep in chat just said, my guess, it is Sun Warriors in the Splash. And there it is. Spoken into existence. That card's really good. Alright, I mean, play land. This card's pretty good. I I think we just get it in the air. Just get it for 6 and just like we gotta push through the glider, the sentries, but we'll figure it out later. We can also just untap this thing and block too, which is kind of nice. This might elicit an attack. Actually, they might get up the glider kids, in which case we can ambush with the Yanagi, which is pretty sweet. Wookie Call in chat says, I found my playset of Adanto Vanguards I signed at GP Indy years ago and wrote always pay 4. Awesome. That's great. That was my first big YouTube video was that deck, the Saram Aura's standard deck with Adanto Vanguard. That's some good memories.
Pointless nostalgia.
Alright, so make some mana. I think we're gonna get a really good octopus form here. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling some good vibes, folks. I feel like we're gonna get there. Alright, so we're gonna kill the kids, I think. So octopus form on tap. They got 1 unknown, and they got the Sun Warriors. The younglings.
Now this is pod racing.
Anakin Skywalker, you go to your room. Listen, I didn't put the card in the set with a couple of adorable kids flying some gliders, all right? You can't put this card in the set and not know they're not going to get murked, all right? It just happens. They're going to airbending lesson me and pay the ward? Oh, wow. I figured the ward was super safe there, but all right, so they're going to airbending lesson ward. Airbend this. They get to attack. Now they can't play the warriors, though. Okay. Yeah, we're like a mana short, like, every which way. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of just, like, beating us down here. I mean, this Water Tribe Rallier is drawing a few extra cards. We're just, like, not finding any footing here, unfortunately. Airbending cards you can only play on your turn, or... No, you play it on whenever you want, so... 2, 2, 2. I'll play this guy before I play the allies, though, so it's so awkward. Sure, whatever. Let's go. Not loving our chances here, honestly. Why choose Star Trek if Star Wars is a better franchise? Ooh, them's fighting words. Maybe got the Star Trek for Star Wars chat going on. That's a tale as old as time. I think Star Wars would be a better Universes Beyond property than Star Trek, regardless of whether you like one or the other more, because Star Wars is like actually fantasy and Star Trek is not. So like, I think there's that, but I enjoy both Star Trek and Star Wars, so both have their hits and misses to be sure. But all right, so once again attacking in the air. Goes to 8. And this card's pretty wild. Firebending 10 or whatever, like.
Then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
7 Firebend. You can't call yourself a true nerd if you don't have a difference between Star Trek and Star Wars, you know? What the... thematically. Alright, so end stab will play our dude. They got a lot of stuff in play. We draw Boomerang Basic, so you can bounce our own thing and draw a card. You can bounce our own staff and then airbend something. But... just like casting Unsummon is pretty underwhelming. The problem this game wouldn't be a problem if the Rallier wasn't here. Because we could definitely like start to stall this board. But with the Rallier and the Sun Warriors, they just have infinite, not infinite, but an unending supply of cards and tokens. So Basics. Recast the staff. Play the flyer. Kind of hate it, but they did bounce our clue. They really got us there, yes. I think we just bounce this. I should bounce. I meant to bounce the staff.
Whoops, whoopsie.
I meant to bounce the staff and airbend the Warriors. I don't think it matters. Honestly, I think we're just super behind, but that was not. That was sure. Just bounce their clue, you know? All right, come on, opponent. Let's rock and roll here, all right? So, yeah, that was stupid. Play this. Put this thing in the air and just say go. I mean, it's kind of like 6 of one, half of the other, honestly. I guess, like, it's kind of the same thing, right? Because getting airbending it, they have a million mana anyway, so it's sort of like, whatever. The problem is we just don't have really a way to push through. They're just bending. They hit Appa, Steadfast Guardian.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I mean, their deck's pretty cool. They just got a pretty good little setup here. Kind of a controlling ally deck. Actually, they're not even that ally-based, but I think just airbend all of our stuff and just cast it all over. Gotta make a million tokens. We're super dead here. Yeah, super, super dead. James Tiberius Davis. Yes, that's me. All right, so yeah, like Appa, probably just airbend like all their stuff and just recast it all. Badger Mole can Badger Mole's mana neutral because you tap 2 off the forest, making it a thing. Card's busted. Yeah, card's really good. This is a card that says the game must end quickly, or it becomes all about the Rallier. Soul resub, thanks so much. New sub, sorry, welcome. Welcome to the Pile Drivers. If you're a new sub, to a Discord, folks. Lots of great events. We get our Pile Driver pre-release this weekend. That's a lot of fun. We do poker night once a month, draft night once a month, fantasy football, fantasy hockey. So they're going to airbend just the mole and the staff.
Yep, yep.
Okay. I don't want to concede if I actually can't win this game, but Earthbend again, sure. It's like Grendel. It's just too hard to do too often, you know. Put a staff. Make another token. Man, Ward Waterbend is not very good against the waterbending deck, you know. I'm just gonna keep backing it up. We're just dead here. All right, so I mean, GG. The deck was cool. Definitely, deck looked pretty good, but no problems. All right, try it again. On the play, 6-drop, 4-drop, no 2-drops, no blue. That's better. We have the front too. Oh man, this sucks. I just want to make every land drop and cast the front, so we're going to discard. Is it the creature or the removal spell? Damn. Want to keep the cantrip. Want to keep the front. Want to keep all the lands. I think it's just the creature. Alright. Here we go. Not a great hand here on the mulligan on the play. We can make some stuff happen, hopefully. 2-3. Good card. Good draft card. Blue, first time flyer. That's not me. I'm not a first time flyer. This time tomorrow, I'll be in the air, flying over Texas. Dry Docker resub makes it much 1 year. Fellow first time flyer. And just play a 3-drop and I airbend it. That'd be really awesome. Nothing? I just got a cast, I think, so. Alright. Draw a card. Waterbending lesson. I mean, I don't want that to get countered. Damn. Okay. Clearly we're in emergency meeting territory. They just passed the turn with, you know, a bunch of mana up, yada, yada, yada. Could easily have the quench here. If we play Waterbending Lesson and they counter it, I'm pretty sad, honestly. Because we are really low on cards. But doing nothing is just, like, pretty bad also. Let's just attack first and see what happens. Let's start there. Maybe they have a 4 damage spell. They got Aang!
Airbending is all about spiral movement.
Okay. Sure. It was a Sift, I think. Alright. That's pretty crappy. Okay. Next turn we can Deserters and Water Tricap. I think this Staff is a sketchy card here. I'm gonna keep all lands, so... Yeah, these are islands. They look a little green, but they are islands. So next turn is Deserters and Water Tribe Captain.
Waka waka.
Okay. Attack for 2, and then post-combat add a counter. Creative. Don't do that. Yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm gonna put the counter on here, I think. So, diversify our bonds a little bit. Yeah, I mean, Aanging their Aang is not great, because then they can Aang one of our things.
Hey, at least you unlocked your airbending.
Sure. Once again, Aanging their Aang is not great. There's nothing really good to Aang on their side of the board. They're airbend proof right now. We could play the Bison. Doesn't really do much either. Jeez, man. This is weird. Okay. Because we can play Aang and the Captain, but nothing on their side wants to get waterbended. We just, like, play a 4/4 flyer and say go, I guess. We don't want to airbend our stuff either, so... Alright, just say go, I suppose.
Yip yip.
I think this card's pretty medium. Just like a 4/4 for 6. It's like such a poor stat line. Getting hungry. What do you got there, Double Aang?
What are you waiting for, Chinese New Year?
They're light on land. They play other Deserters. Okay. Sure. I suppose that now that the Aang's a 4/5, we're fine airbending it, but...
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Play another flyer. We can just Aang. That was actually a pretty good draw. We can Aang their flyer, play Captain, and then also have Octopus Form to block with, which is kind of nice, so... Yeah, sure. Okay, so... Darn. There you go. They haven't played a land in a long time, so they have all spells in their hand. If we go for the Appa block and they have a trick, it's kind of bad for us, but... Rowdy Snowballers. That's actually sick. That's actually sick. Oh, is there a stun counter? Oh, never mind. Sorry. It's a stupid stun counter. It won't work. Alright, that's fine. So stun counter, it wouldn't untap. It would just lose a stun counter. That's fine. Alright, so here's Grand. Their deck's kind of nice. We untap. We draw Compassionate Healer. So we can cast United Front for a bunch. The problem is if we leave up a blue, it's like the most obvious thing of all time, but I guess we don't have a choice really, right? So... Nothing strange going on here. Get our 4/4 in. And our 3/4 in. They still have 3 spells in their hand. Our decks are very similar, honestly. I mean, they just kind of like... Aang's pretty good. We have our super sweet rare, but... Will it be enough is the question. We have a really, really obvious octopus form. Might as well lick it and just stuck it to our head. They're gonna airbending lesson the Aang. That's fine. Do they have another trick? Alright. I think they have a quench here also. That's my guess. It's the quenchiest.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a tough game where, like, I feel like we just knew everything they had and we just couldn't do anything about it. Like, we just didn't, I don't know, you know, like, I feel like we had the good reads that game. We played around things pretty well, but we just couldn't go all the way. I'm happy with, like, most of our plays, but them's the break. Yeah. I will say I am definitely feeling the Spider-Man effect of, like, so far a lot of these games in Bronze and Silver have felt like our opponents were just, like, very, very competent. A lot of folks just didn't play during Spider-Man, ranked down, and now they're back drafted again. So, we're on the play with Airbending lesson in 3 lands. We got to keep this. So, Plains. Momo! That's a really good card. The Friendly Flyer. The White Llanowar Elves. Attack for 1. And so we got a cantrip. They're in a Plane Cycle with 2 planes in play. It's good for us. This is probably the worst of the land cyclers. This card's pretty moby. Play an Ounce. Play First Time Flyer for 1 single mana. Fortunately, airbending here is pretty bad. But we need to draw cards, so whatever. Just airbend the... I guess I'll make the... I'd rather make this cost 2 than this cost 2. This also cost 1 because of this, so sure. We do this at the end of turn because they was recasted, so... Alright. Well, non-land might be in trouble here. We are not off to the best start. I feel like our decks have been quite good in these drafts. We've not been able to convert that well.
That's rough, buddy.
Double draws, no lands. Here's Momo again. $16. Very rude. Very, very rude. Come on. Alright, say go. Gather the White Lotus with 4 planes in play. Scry top bottom. Alright. Sure. Untap and draw another non-land. Big tilts. I think we attack. Gain a life, scry. That's not a land either. Sure, that's fine. So trade with most of the thing, gain a life, get a scry, try and find our lands here. If we can find them. If we can. If we can find them. If we can't, you know, we'll see. Here is You, the Moon Spirit, through the flyer for 4. They are successfully in the air. They play a Forest also.
No, you can't. Don't even try.
We draw a blue card, and we're dead. All right, well, that's the draft, I guess. I don't know what to tell you, folks. I'm not like, that's the weird part where, like, I'm not particularly dissatisfied with our drafting or play in the last 2 drafts, but we've just gone 3-3 twice. I don't know what to, not sure what the lesson here is.
We might as well learn from it.
But what are we gonna do? And there it is. Yeah, deck seemed pretty good. It was playing really well in the first few games, but is what it is. Someone in chat was saying there were server issues and it wasn't co-ed in the things aren't like, I don't know, whatever, but apparently it's not co-ed in the draft. So we're 3-3, and our deck felt really good. I mean, like, we had 2 great rares, good removal, a great curve, pretty good late game. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we got, last game was kind of a joke. Game before that was, I don't know. Yeah, so we got lots to learn here, apparently. So that's why we're here in Bronze and Mythic, to all learn together. So that's the deal, right? So episode 3 is in the books. Episode 4 is coming up. You two folks, love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.